Hey guys, it's Jamie.
It's Sophia.
And we're playing a game of
Candid Confessions.
Woo!
How are you guys feeling?
Nervous.
Excited.
But yeah, excited, for sure.
My name is Jamie. I am a hairstylist and I live here in LA.
I'm Sophia. I'm 17. I'm a student and I live in Long Beach. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Never have I ever farted while laughing. I don't think I have.
I definitely have. It was pretty embarrassing. We were all just like kind of talking about something and then I just started like cracking up and did it in front of my friends. And it was like the first time we had all hung out and everyone was just stopped. It was just like, we just started laughing even harder. Yeah,
It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's one of those things,
Aww.
exactly. Yeah. Never have I ever wanted to be famous. Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I was little, I wanted to be Amanda Bynes so bad. So I wanted to be like super famous. I want to have my own show.
That's so funny.
But-
Oh my God, the Amanda Show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I used to actually want to be a singer. I like was obsessed with singing.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see.
Yeah, now I'm like, I could not handle
I know,
it.
no, definitely not. All right. Yes or no, women have it harder than men.
Like,
I was like, what?
absolutely.
Definitely.
Just in every way, like we're not paid the same.
Oh, yeah.
We're not respected the same. We're more likely to be like sexually assaulted.
Can you guys take 3 minutes each and tell each other your life story in as much detail as possible?
Wow, 3 minutes.
Oh God. I was born and raised in Fraser Park near Bakersfield, California, up in the mountains. So I grew up in a really small, like conservative, closed-off town. And then when I was 17, I graduated high school and moved out to LA to go to beauty school. And I've been out here ever since. I started developing an eating disorder when I was like 11, 12.
Wow.
So I struggled with it for almost like 8 years now because I've been in recovery for 2 years. I was sexually assaulted when I was 4 by someone.
Wow.
I started to recall it more when I was like 11, 12, and that's when my eating disorder started. And then I also felt very disconnected from my parents at that time, so I didn't have anyone to talk to about it, which made the eating disorder worse. And then when I was 18, I was raped, and that's what caused my most severe relapse.
I think one of the major reasons that my eating disorder developed was because I was like also sexually assaulted, and the person who was like with me during the time of it like told me that it was my fault. So that made it even worse. And I didn't have a good relationship with my parents at that time. And so it just became really difficult to like cope with that because I didn't really have anyone to talk to because my only friends were people who weren't really my friends. And then at that point, I developed severe anorexia, which developed into orthorexia, which developed into bulimia, which developed back into anorexia.
It's a coping mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it was easier to focus on how I looked and not eat and just shift everything into that than try and work through the fact that I was abused and that I was sexually assaulted again when I was 18.
It's definitely a cry for help. Like, you just want someone to see you and be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, even if someone were to ask me that in that time frame, which people did, you'd never say the truth. You'd just be like, yeah, I'm fine.
Like, I'm great,
Yeah, I'm great. I kind of realized I hit rock bottom when a literal waitress came up to me at a restaurant that I went to every single day. She came up to me and she was just like, you used to be so pretty and now you just look like you're dying. And I was like, oh, lovely, you know? And I just went home and I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself.
My rock bottom was like, it was my eating disorder was like super bad again when I was 18. I was so consumed by it that I became super suicidal and I was like, I would rather die than have to hear the war that's going on in my head all the time. Okay, green, things happen for me, or red, things happen to me. Now, I would say all these things could happen to me, but it all depends on how I let it affect me.
Exactly.
If I view these things in a positive spin, then I'm going to lead a much happier life.
Exactly.
And if there's something that I feel happens to me that I'm not happy about, now I know there are steps I can take to work through it and find a better outcome or situation.
React to it in a better way.
Yeah. I've been in recovery like, I think 2 years now. And it's still an everyday thing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
still a very conscious decision to eat. but oh my God, it is so worth it. And it's so different now.
One of the biggest things I had to get over in recovery is like, I am not my anorexia. I am a person.
Same.
Yeah, like I'm a person, and I've built up this other person inside of myself, but that's not who I really am. I just feel so like confident now and like secure and content with the person I am, and I'm so thankful for that because I was not very nice when I had my eating disorder. I mean, it kind of makes you like really mean just because you're hungry all the time.
Oh, I would yell at people.
Scream. A lot of girls I hear in the eating disorder community, or not even in the eating disorder community, are always just like, I wish I had anorexia, and I wish I could get to a point like that. And I wish I had that determination, and I wouldn't wish this upon anyone else. Like, no one.
What's the most beautiful memory of your life?
It's kind of sad at the same time, but it was when I first went into treatment for my eating disorder. And me and my parents like had a lot of difficulties kind of at first when I first started seeking treatment for it. But when they showed up for me and when I saw like how dedicated and concerned they were and like my mom started crying, it was a great memory because it was like for the first time I felt super validated and like I felt super close to my parents. I feel like that was like one of the best memories for me.
It was the second time I had decided to get help and go into recovery, and I took my parents to the beach, and I kind of sat them down and was just like, I'm not taking my recovery seriously, and I would really like to get help, and I want to seriously figure this out. It was so just amazing the way my parents reacted, and were just like, we're gonna be here for you, and we're gonna do whatever it takes, and I've just had the best support system, and that they've always been there for me. And yes or no, I'm happy I met you. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, of course. Yeah. You definitely have inspired me to continue on this journey and this path of recovery. So thank you. I'm so happy I met you.
Me too. I mean, I was very nervous coming into this, but I feel like I'm so glad that I met you, and I think it's so important that we did meet and just sit down and just connect and talk because I feel like that's such an important part of recovery is like finding those people that you can talk to and confide in and just feel a sense of like community.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah, me too. I'm really glad I signed up for this. This was really great.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
What's up, Jubilee fam? Thank you guys so much for watching that video. We're always trying to do some good things and bring good people together and create a space of solidarity. If you are going through some kind of struggle right now or feel like you're in a dark place, listen. Even though we don't know you, we are rooting for you. You deserve to be healthy and happy, which is who we really are. You deserve help, and speak out and get some support from the people around you, okay? We have more videos up here, and we also have a subscribe button here. Join us on our journey to do some good work for the world. We'll see you around, all right?